back to the channel and welcome back to the shop. We've been catching up on a few things lately. We got Buddha's car all wrapped up. We even got some time to go hang out with Bell Nova and watch it run down the track. If you missed that one, go back and check it out because it was a great day for Bell Nova and a great day for the crew. Today we're gonna stay in the shop and finally get back on this project. It is painted, it just is in a million pieces. You can see I've got stuff laid everywhere. I've got fender liners to go in it laid over here. I've got the mud flaps to go on it. I've got the door panels that we put in a while back in another video. And I even got one of these cool little armrests. I mean, I have to redo the top on it because it's kind of screwed up right here. But this is an armrest for a CRX. It's an OEM option piece. Not a lot of them have. Front lip over here that was on the other bumper that's cut out for the fog lights. If you missed that video, I have a whole video on how I did those fog lights. This is the bumper that came off the car, and it has the front lips on it. But I want to take those front lips. It has like 2 lips on it. So it's got the factory one right here, and then I added this on the bottom just because it makes it look a little bit lower. And I like low. I want to put those onto the car. I want to take out these headlights. I want to go back with just an OEM headlight. There's a lot that needs to be done on this car, and I'm going to try to get to most of it today. I hit it too hard. Cool, that's both door panels in. Now I've got to get all this back carpet and everything that goes in the back in. You know, you're supposed to have the divider that sits right there in the middle. That's all right here. Actually, I sourced another really nice one we're gonna put in there. So I probably got to clean that up and then set that in there. So this is the back partition in the CRX, and like most of them, it's kind of warped. You can see it right here. It's kind of warped and wonky, and this is all foldy and bendy and just not in that great shape. It's even bulging out a little bit if I was to just put it in. A lot of people I know, oh, this side is really bad. Look at that, it's just broken off of there. You see that? So I know a lot of people have fixed this and have a couple fixes for this, man, but I'm really trying to stay with the OEM one, so I just sourced another one, and it's in pretty good shape. This one's nice and straight right here. It doesn't have all the bends. It's nice and solid on the ends, so I'm gonna take this piece of carpet off of that one, put it onto this one, and we use this one. Got a few screws in it. It was actually missing a few, but I had something that would work, so I put in a couple more in there, and that's got it bonded. The carpet is now mounted to the, oh, wait a minute. I forgot to put the carpet in there. I guess I gotta undo it, put the carpet back in. Oops. You blew it! Just pass a light, I gave a pass to you active liars. I'm past the act you would cry baby, wish you pacifier. You admire me from a distance, but hate me your clothes. I'm sorry that you chose to hate me for. So what you need and no Dumbo did I go toe to toe. Expose your growing nose like an Espinel. I got the rear divider panel secured to the carpet now. You can see I had to replace a few screws because actually these are rivets that go like right there, and the same right here and right here. They're actually riveted in, but I was able to just put a few screws in there and it seems to be holding it good. And since they were riveted, I just want to make sure that it's holding. So I added an extra screw in there just to hold it nice and tight. It doesn't go through or anything. But I want to make sure it's on there good and it's not going to fall off since those were rivets and now they are screws. That looks like it's going to hold. So that's the new divider on the old carpet that goes back in the car. I'm going to vacuum this up and then set it in the car. So the carpet here basically is just going to lay in the back. There's a couple little Velcro patches, or at least in the 90s there was some little Velcro patches to kind of hold it in place. But the bracket absolutely right here bolts down to the bottom of the car right there. So I'm going to set it in there and then we'll get it bolted in. Something like that. So I just throw it in here and then I gotta bolt this bracket and it bolts right here to the bottom of the chassis. I'll show you, hold on. So right here and right here is where the bracket's gonna bolt down into the car. Once I get that bolted down, that'll secure the carpet and secure that back panel into the car. It actually uses a screw and not a bolt, so let me put the screws in. I should be able to just lay this in here. You can even see on the back of the carpet, I don't know, can you see right here, these little patches around the edges right here. It used to be a tiny little piece of Velcro there. It's still there, but there's not much grip left. All right, the panel should go up right there. And that locks down into place, creating a divider in the front, and I have the piece that goes right over the top to create the trunk. So let me set it in. Kind of pops into place right there. And pretty much there it is, put back in. The divider's nice and straight, nice and flat. I can't remember seeing one of these like since the 90s, you know, it's just been so long, everything's gotten so old and rough. But this one's in great shape, so I'm really stoked to have that. And the back panel looks pretty good, but I probably need to get one of those little hinge pieces that I think my buddy CRX Si is selling. So I'm gonna hit you up and get one of those, dude, because that'll take care of that problem. So a while back I picked up the CRX armrest. I know it's kind of like an optional equipment piece or something. It's not all together, but all the pieces are here. I even have some cool fabric to put on top, but I'll get to that part. I just want to mount it in here. Now I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be some sort of bracket that comes with this, and you're not supposed to just screw it into the e-brake piece here. That's exactly what I'm gonna do, because this one's got a little crack in it, and this is gonna hide the little crack in this piece. So this needs to be replaced either way. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put a couple screws through the side of this, since I'm not sure if they're supposed to be there or not, but there's already some holes in this one. Don't really know how it mounts proper, but we're gonna get it mounted in here and make it stay steady. I think just a couple of screws in the bottom of it ought to hold it pretty tight. I think that'll work. It's plenty sturdy enough. Again, I'm sure there's a bracket or some proper way to mount that. But for as little as this car gets driven, it'd be nice to be able to rest my elbow right here. It's actually in there pretty good, you know? That ain't going anywhere.
But the sliding up is a homicide. It's a homicide. But the sliding up is a homicide. It's a homicide.
Now the seats are in, the door panels are in, the armrest is in, even got the back panel in. I'm just loving how straight that is in the back there. Got the passenger seat in, and I've got this problem on the driver's seat that hopefully I can figure out how to fix. But it's looking pretty good. It's come out really nice so far. This climate control has the tiniest of cracks in it right there. And I do have the little fix-it plate that goes over it, but I also have a brand new climate control. Well, it's not brand new, it's actually used. It's over here somewhere. Let me find it real quick. Here it is. I mean, it's an old one, but it's in really good shape. It's kind of crusty, but it's not cracked, and the metal and the plastic feels really good. It doesn't feel all that brittle. It's actually pretty solid still. So I may change it out to that, but I do have the plate, so I'm probably just gonna slap the plate on there right now and just keep this off to the side just in case, because man, it's like a little nugget of gold right there. I've got the car jacked up. We're gonna go outside and clean off all those plastics that go underneath, get the bumper off, the headlights out, and all that stuff done in the front. It's kind of hard to show you while I was doing it, but I'll try to get in there right now and show you. But I put all the bottom plastics on it, and by that I mean these pieces right here, like these bottom plastic covers and this plastic cover that's over here. And there's also one on the other side, so I got those all put on, and now I'm gonna set the bumper on and try to get everything fitted right and looking good. Gotta pull the bumper support off next. Once I get it off, then we can get these headlights out, because they are blocked by that bumper support right there, so that has to come off first. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that off and then get the headlights out. All it is just a couple bolts right there that hold that whole bumper support on. Not too difficult, just gotta take the headlight out. The headlights are out and here on the counter. These are actually some old school lights. These are from a company called APC, and I guess back in the 90s they were sold at Advance or AutoZone or something like that. Definitely put the yellow on them because the chrome is just pretty much gone in the back. Maybe one of these days I'll get that chrome dipped and I'll use these headlights on my race car over there. I got the other set of headlights. I took them outside and I threw a coat of paint on them, as well as that bumper support, just because it was looking a little rough. It's not really to paint it, make it look nice. It's really just to paint it to keep the rust from coming back. So I used some Rust-Oleum on it. Right now I'm just gonna go ahead and put the fender liners in while all that stuff is drying.
Just pass a light, I gave a pass to you active liars. I'm past the act, you would cry baby, wish you pacifier. You admire me from a distance, but hate me your clothes. I'm sorry that you chose to hate me through. So what you need to know.
There we go, that fender liner in and the mud flap put on. That nice OEM mud flap put on there, and has the full fender liner that goes all the way down and around to the front. Those are getting rare, I guess, because they pretty much just wore out. I mean, there's 30 years of driving on them and throwing rocks at it and all that, so I guess after all that time, there's just not too many of them left. I know you can get these things 3D printed and remade now, so maybe that's the way to go, but these are actually the OEM ones, and I'm pretty stoked on that. There we go, that's the fender liners and the mud flaps put on the front. I'm gonna go grab the bumper support and the headlights. They should be dry by now, and try to go ahead and throw those on.
But I'm not stopping to the backstop, asphalt. Get a taste for the black salt, no cash fault. But I'll make it rain with my fastball. Make sure I get it, I'm winning. Can I give me your feeling so guilty? Everybody can follow my waist. Hook left jab and I'm taking a break. Fall back, man, I'm a search.
Well, there it is, at least the front end's back together, but I'm looking at the headlights, man, and to me, they look like shit. There's just a big gap on this side right here, so it looks like this headlight is kind of leaning down at this angle, making for a big gap. This side isn't quite as bad. It looks pretty good, but the headlight is definitely on a down angle. You can see it's more here than here. And you know, I'm pretty particular about that sort of thing, so I'm gonna have to go back and try to line all that stuff up. But at least for now, we've got the bumper on and the new headlights in. I'm gonna get to those turn signals. All I've got left is the mud flaps to throw on, put those turn signals in, set it down. This will be the first time since it's been back from paint that it's actually complete. I forgot I had that front lip, so I just went on and put it on. I've got it on the car now, and I've got the turn signals sitting in there, but they're just not fitting correctly. You can see that they're kind of gapped out on either side, you know, from the headlight. I really believe it's because this headlight is sitting in there crooked, because they fit straight, and the headlight is nice and crooked. So maybe it's something in that headlight housing. I'm not real sure yet. I'm going to have to figure that out. I just went back and got everything cleaned up and straightened out. If you take a look now, they look real good, real straight now. It's a nice square line. There's no more angle across the bottom right there. I think they look really good. The whole front of the car looks nice. Put the front wheels back on. I'm gonna drop it down, and then I'm gonna take the back wheels off so I can get those rear mud flaps in, and that is gonna pretty much wrap it up. But let me go ahead and get that done, and then we can just kind of take a look at the car when it's all together and sitting back on the ground like it should be. There it is, all finished up. There's a few things I want to do, like there's always a few things you want to do. There's always a plan, and the plan for this is, well, you just have to wait and see. It's a real bummer that it's raining outside today. I would love to take it out and get some rolling shots and put it out in the sun. We're not going to be able to do that, but one day we will. For now, we'll just take a good look at it while we're hanging out here in the garage. Together in the state that I'm going to leave it in for at least a little while. So thanks for hanging out with me while I got it together. It looks fantastic to me. I hope you guys really like it. It's a shame that it's raining. I'd love to get it outside and get some really good cinematic shots, maybe some shots of it rolling. But for now, that's going to end this episode. So until we see you on the next one,
Amen.
Thanks for watching.
Just pass a light, I gave a pass to you active liars.
Wait, hold up. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're at 750 this week. It's a monumental number for us. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe, the like, the bell, do all the stuff the YouTubers tell you to do. We're just trying to get to that 1,000, but thanks a lot, you guys. We made that 750 mark. We'll see you on the
I
next one.
say you, flow is crazy, get the Dagens, Hollywood, that's Martin Scorsese. Lazy bitchin' and moaning, I got you pasty. Slick with the pen and about to take it to Bailey. I'm not gonna fall in.
Big energy, big energy. One more time. Shit. And for the shit. That's, yeah, no shit.